Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. We are so thankful that you've chosen to take 30 minutes out of your schedule tonight to come and hear this amazing, wonderful testimony of just what we experience with this technology. And everyone's different, and it's always so fabulous to get to hear everyone's stories. So, my name's Nikki McCutchen. Again, thank you for joining. What we'll be sharing tonight is just the results that one person has had. It may not be true for other people because everybody's body's different, and this technology is amazingly designed. It's smart technology because it supports your own body's functions. So your body gets to decide exactly what's going to go on with it and what support you're going to get. So it's truly amazing. We're going to have Kathy come on here in just a minute, but before that, I'm going to read our medical disclaimer. Tonight, what we'll be sharing is for informational purposes only. All Lifeway products are not intended to treat, cure, diagnose, or prevent any dis-ease. If you're on medications or have medical conditions or are pregnant or nursing, please check with your healthcare practitioner first. So with that, I'm going to bring Kathy on. So if you will find your unmute button, and if you will just tell us how this technology found you, how you were introduced to it, and why you decided to start using the technology, and then what you have experienced with the technology. So if you can find your unmute button.
How about now?
Okay, there you, but your camera's gone again. Sorry.
I don't know. All right,
There
can you
go.
hear me
You
now?
got it. Yep, you're
Okay.
perfect.
So Margie Acevedo is the one that introduced LifeWave to us. And I could really tell by the way she was just fervent in her belief about these patches. And I thought, let's go to this little seminar. So we did, and we got right up front because I was with my sister and I knew she would be too shy to say she had any pain. So when they asked people if they had any pain, I quickly raised my hand and pointed to her. And so to make that long story short, after they did several patches on her, her pain level went down from about a 10 to a 2. And I'm thinking, okay, that sold me right then and there because that was just great news to have her pain go down. So we ordered some. And what I noticed on me was I just have a tiny scar that I've had since, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 years old. I don't remember how I got it, but it's there. And so about maybe a month ago, so we've been on this since September. So about a month ago, maybe two, I just happened to look at my wrist and I'm going, well, where's the scar? And I looked and oh yeah, there it is, but it's so much more demure. It's so much softer. There's not that little hump that there was before. And I'd love to show you, but you wouldn't be able to see it even if I did. It's just small enough. But that was like, oh my gosh, this stuff is really working. And so I was just really sold on that. I don't think I'm in too bad a condition. I don't know where the stem cells are working. I did have blood tests done yesterday, so I'm kind of anxious to see the results of that. And we'll see what happens from there.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's amazing. Yes, because GHA copper peptide, that's one of the things when you look at the research that it does is that it remodels scar tissue. And so the fact that you had that since you were 6 or 7, and then it just decided to go and work there, it's just truly amazing that they just wanted to clean that up. It is the coolest thing to me. So yeah, so
Yes,
you've been on the patches for about 4 months. Now, would you
right.
like to tell us about your sister and some of the results that she's had?
Well, I have noticed of late, let's say about, because she does dialysis now 3 times a week, and it seems now she's coming home not as tired. She has life in her still. Normally, when she would come home, It was all she could do just to sit on the couch and just stay awake. That's no longer the case. She's awake, and she'll be awake for, really until it's time to go to bed. She did
Yeah.
have a setback because we did the cellular regeneration protocol, and
Will
this
you I'm
just
sorry, Kathy, will you pull the phone just a little ways away from your face for me?
how's that?
Yeah, that's perfect. There you go.
Okay.
Yes.
We did the cellular, or I should say, she did the cellular regeneration protocol. And this just speaks to the power of these little patches. Um, she did that for, I don't know, about 4 or 5 days. And we didn't realize she was detoxifying. And it was kind of becoming detrimental to her. So we called Margie called Vicky Milan, and Vicky called us and said, "Just stop. It's too much for you right now." So we did, and the next day she was really good. And so she's got her on a different type of protocol that we're going to start tomorrow.
Awesome. Yes, that's awesome. And I know she shared with us the other day that about her insulin completely changing, deciding to
Well,
do different levels of insulin. You want to share that with us?
that's right, but she should probably tell you about that. I know she said she's used to take two, and now she's just down to one.
Right.
And she doesn't take it as often as they think she should. You just have to listen to your own body. She doesn't take it as often, and she doesn't take as much, which is fantastic.
Absolutely. That's huge. Yes, because that's another thing that GHK copper peptide does. It supports the our insulin needs in our body too. So it's really phenomenal. And I know before she had mentioned her A1C as well. Do you remember what she said about her A1C?
No, I'm sorry. I
Oh,
really don't
no, that's
remember.
okay. Yeah, no, I remember when she was telling us that it had gone from 14 to 6.9, I think is what she said, which is just
You are
shocking.
absolutely correct. Now that you said that, that is right.
Yes, so absolutely shocking. And she's been on it just 4 months now too, right?
Yes, we both started at the same time.
Yeah. So, and when did she have that A1C test? Was that here recently or was that in December?
What is this? It might have been December, or
Okay,
it could,
yeah,
I'm sorry, it could have been, I think they test them once a month. I can't, something like that.
yeah. Okay.
Or maybe,
Yeah.
yeah, but it did come down, yes.
Yeah, that's like that's huge. That's half. That's half in just a
Yeah.
few short months of coming down. So that makes a huge difference when our body is just able to bring that down because every time our blood sugar spikes, we age. So that is a huge benefit to her as well. So that's so amazing. Well, what about anything in your sleep or y'all's energy? I know you said obviously for her treatment, she's feeling a little more energized, even though she's having to do dialysis. But anything else that you all have noticed? Some things in those areas?
I can't think anything right now.
Mhm.
Every once in a while, she will experience some deep sleep, even if it's just 4 hours, because I know she has a hard time going to sleep, even with the sleep wave on. She'll still have a hard time going to sleep, and it's just her body. But even though she may be having a hard time, the sleep that she does get is very deep, and she'll wake up restful.
Yes, and that's something that I've noticed as well, is that just
Ah,
that sleeping deeper, just you do just feel better, even if you still are struggling a little bit with your sleep. Just that deeper sleep makes a huge difference.
it does.
Yes. So which patches are you guys wearing right now?
Oh, I am so glad you. Oh, well, she is doing a protocol, a diabetic protocol that Vicky has suggested, and I think. Oh, wait, she did start that today. She's doing a diabetic protocol. I am just doing um, the X39 and the SP6, and I forgot all about this because the SP6 sort of helps cravings, I think.
Yes. That's
And
correct. Yes.
so we always get we're always wanting something sweet after dinner. And it's like, I really hate going through this. And but then since I started the SP6, I think it was I don't know, second or third day, I had gone out just to buy something so we wouldn't have that craving. We just have it right there. And so I'm eating this. I think they were little cookies, and I remember thinking, I really don't want all of these. Not that there was a lot, but I remember thinking, I don't feel like I need this. And I
Yes.
thought, that's got to be the SP6. It was so
Absolutely.
nice.
Yes. I am with you 100%. Yes, the SB6 is one of my most favorite patches. I experienced exactly the same thing with that. I'm so thankful. Sugar actually makes me sick now. Like I
Oh,
like physically feel sick, and I am thrilled. That makes me so happy because I don't wanna eat it because I don't wanna feel bad. So,
right,
yes,
right.
that's awesome. Yes, very good. That's so great. So yeah, so you're wearing the X39 and the SP6. Do you mind if I ask how many years young you guys are?
In our 70s.
Okay, awesome. That's so awesome. Well, I would say you don't look in your 70s at all when you came to my house this weekend, so you're
Well,
absolutely
thank you.
beautiful. Yes, vibrant energy, so it's so amazing. So yeah, so that is fabulous. And she's like you said, if any of you want to know anything specific about a diabetic protocol, just get back to whoever invited you to the call. Um, and they can get you what you need for that. I'm just going to go over a real short overview of the X39 technology and how it activates, and regenerates your body. So we'll just go through that real quick, and then if we have a few more minutes for questions, then we will do that. And if you have any questions for Kathy, you can ask those too. But what's so amazing about this technology is that it is FDA recognized as a general wellness product. It's a Class 1 medical grade device, completely non-transdermal, which means nothing transfers from the patch into your body. It it's completely sealed on both sides. It's a medical grade plastic, hypoallergenic adhesive, extremely affordable. The only thing that even comes close to the cost or the idea of what this technology does is stem cell injections. And those are thousands and thousands of dollars. So we're not even in close to that range. It's a patented technology. We have over 150 patents. There's over 90 clinical studies. There is nothing else in the world that does what this technology, specifically X39, does. So it works through a process called photobiomodulation. That is just a big word for light making change in the body. And you already know what this is, because every time you step out into the sun and the sun hits your skin and your eyes, it tells your body to make vitamin D and tells your body to have that vitamin D go and do what it was designed to do in the body. This technology works exactly the same way, only you don't need the sun. We are the sun. We are the heat source. We emit a low grade infrared light. You guys already actually know this too. You just probably didn't know it. Every time you see a movie and they're looking through those night vision goggles and they're calling it a heat signature and they see all those colors, that is scientifically a low grade infrared light that is being emitted from our bodies everywhere. So you can actually place this technology anywhere on the body that you want. We do have clinically tested spots, but you can absolutely wear it anywhere. Our recommendation is that you wear it for 12 hours on and 12 hours off. So I put my technology on in the morning and I take it off at night before I go to bed. The next day I put on a brand new patch. So let's talk a little bit about what GHK copper peptide does in the body. So that is what gets elevated and activated as our infrared light hits this patch. It signals the body, this peptide, to go and do what it's designed to do. So the patch is made up of organic amino acids at the stereoisomer level that are reflective, crystals that are reflective, that are sugars, salts, amino acids, and they reflect at a specific frequency, turning on GHK copper peptide. If you Google GHK copper peptide or go and look on PubMed, you're going to get a very long list of things that it does, because there's over 50 years of research on this technology. Um, Lauren Picard, I'm going to show you this book real quick. Lauren Picard is the one 50 years ago that found this copper peptide. He's written all kinds of material on it. This is his book. You can just get it on Amazon if you want to geek out on a little bit of science like I do. But one of the amazing things that it does is that it activates and elevates deteriorating stem cells. So, as we age, our stem cells deteriorate and they no longer work properly. By the time we're 30, we only have half of our stem cells working the way that they should. By the time that they're 60, we only have 10% that are any longer active. So, what is amazing is this technology resets 4,000 genes to a younger, healthier state by telling those stem cells to get up and get working the way they were designed to, as if we were younger again. And so, because of that, you can have almost anything happen in the body. It is truly amazing. And like Kathy said, for her, she really doesn't have many health things going on, which is an absolute miracle and just a joy to be in your 70s and just be so healthy and vibrant that the technology for her decided to go and work on this and remodel this scar. It's truly amazing. Another reason that it will go and work on a scar is because GHK copper peptide elevates the collagen from the base. So collagen is a building block in our bodies. Most people just think of it as hair, skin, and nails. It's not. It is everything foundational in the body, the bones, the muscle, the tissue, the fascia, the cartilage, everything in our body needs collagen. The lining of the organs needs collagen to work properly. So, also for scar tissue remodeling, that collagen being boosted, that's why it's capable of doing that as well. Another thing is that copper peptide completely supports our entire cardiovascular system. So, I will see all the time people that have blood pressure issues that those will normalize, they'll come back into balance. Just like with Vicky, Kathy's sister, being able to reduce her insulin, they're reducing and getting off of medications as well, in conjunction with working with their doctor, of course. But that is all completely possible with this technology because of how it supports your cardiovascular system. Every 6 weeks that you wear this technology, it reverses the age of your cardiovascular system by 8 weeks. So just think about the compounding effect that that has on your body, on your cardiovascular system, as you wear it longer and longer and longer, and just over time, the compounding effect that that has, the supportive nature that will go towards your cardiovascular system because you just want to embrace optimal health. You want your body to work optimally every part and every day that you're allowed to stay here on this earth, that God keeps you here, that you want to operate at the highest level possible. And GHK copper peptide is a secret in order to be able to do that. And that's what this technology does for us. You heard about the wound healing, the scar tissue remodeling, your immune system. It completely supports your entire immune system. It supports your brain. The studies show that at about 6 weeks, your brain just cools down. It becomes more calm. You think clearer. Brain fog lifts. Even depression and anxiety for some people will start to lift at that point because the brain is supported. Inflammation is reducing in the brain, and so it completely supports your brain in that way too. So all of those things, that's 5 different major body systems that get supported by this one technology that we have. There is no amount of supplements, there is no amount of working out, there is no amount of eating right that can support all of those things at one time in such a simple fashion of putting on a tiny little patch. There is, like I said, the only thing in comparison is stem cell injections for thousands and thousands of dollars. If you supported all of these things in your body, you would spend, I don't even know, tens, hundreds of thousands of dollars of the things that I just listed out for you. So obviously, anytime you combine it with good nutrition and exercise, high quality water, that you also utilize electrolytes so your body can have those cells talk to each other so the technology can work better because they're being able to communicate properly. All of those things are only going to help this technology work better. And so that's what's so completely amazing about everything that we have access to. And it is just such a joy to be able to get to help and be a part of Kathy and Vicky's journey and all they're doing. And we have a fabulous team here. As you heard Kathy talk about, Vicky Milad is on our team, absolutely superstar when it comes to knowing how to use the patches for the best situation of what's going on with somebody when they want that little bit of extra. Is this technology super easy? Absolutely. Just pop that patch on. But sometimes there are some of us that want a little bit more. There's some things that we're pursuing, or there's some issues that we're having that we're wanting to make sure we're maximizing the support. Vicky Malad, she's our gal. She's on our team. So we are super excited to have her and so blessed that she just helps all of us. And she took time out to make sure that Kathy and Vicky were getting the information that they needed. And so that she's just such a blessing. And it was today was your birthday. Here I am. So hopefully, happy birthday, my sweet friend. It was today or yesterday. We absolutely love you. We are thrilled that you're on our team. And every single one of us is so thankful for you. So, anyway, with that, we recommend 1 month for every decade you are old. But like I said, if you want that compounding effect, you're just going to keep wearing the technology because we want every cell in our body, all of our mitochondria to work optimally for as long as we have here on this earth. So, if you have any kind of issues going on with you, I'm going to tell you 6 months to a year minimum versus the 1 month for every decade you are all old. You're going to want to give it much longer than that. But I don't know about you, I will never stop wearing this technology because of all the benefits I've seen and all of the benefits that I constantly see in everyone around me that chooses to utilize this. So, um, let's see. Okay, so also we want to let you know on Saturday, Lorenza McGrew is going to be our special guest speaker on our call on Saturday. Instead of in the afternoon, we're going to have it in the evening. So make sure you put that in your calendars. 7 p.m. Mountain. Well, that's probably
I'm
not right.
sorry, Nikki. I made a
Okay.
mistake. It's at 2 o'clock Eastern
Oh,
time.
two
I'm
o'clock.
sorry.
Okay, it's not in the evening. Okay, so we still are at 2 o'clock Eastern, correct? I'm thinking he's meaning that's correct. So 2 o'clock Eastern for that. So
Yes,
you
that's it.
okay. Awesome. Very good. Does anybody have any questions? We have just a few minutes. If somebody wants to place a question in the chat, they want to raise their hand and come on, or if you just want to unmute. Any questions for me or for Kathy?
I just want to say something. I am so proud of you, Kathy and Vicky, and I am so glad that one day I heard the call and I paid attention and I'm doing what I'm doing. This is why I do what I do with LifeWave. And when I hear these testimonies, it's amazing what God is doing through this technology. And that's how we see it. That's how our team sees it. And we put God first in all of this, but it's just for me, it's amazing,
Mhm.
what's happening. And that's why I don't stop. I don't stop sharing because sharing is caring. So Kathy, awesome, awesome testimony. Lots of
Yes.
love. See you guys Sunday. Hopefully we'll see.
Absolutely. So, Diane, Vicky was wearing X39, but to see the improved energy afterwards, was she just wearing X39?
Can you hear me?
Yes, you're great.
Okay. Well, we both started out with the X39, and I think that's what we have been wearing the longest. And I think maybe that's what's kind of given her some more energy, but it seemed to take a while for it to take effect. But then there's lots that the stem cells are working on in her body. But she's on a diabetic protocol, which is, I believe, the glutathione, the SP6, X49, and oh gosh darn, I feel like I'm leaving
Probably
X49.
Eon,
Did I say
probably
the
Eon
Eon?
as
Yes,
well.
yes, yes.
Yes.
Carnosine probably for diabetic.
Oh, I think so. Yes, yes.
Yeah. Yes. But yeah, Diane, I'm sure we can get that from Vicky if we need to as well. But just want to
Yeah,
make
it's
sure
just
you
I
got
know
your
somebody. I'm sorry. I know somebody on dialysis, and I just wondered what she was using during dialysis, and I didn't know if our patches would even help somebody while they're on dialysis as far as their kidneys. You know, he's on a replacement list, and I don't know how much regeneration, X39
Well,
would do.
even just like what Kathy's talked about, just for the sleep, to have help in your sleep, to have help in your energy, to just actually feel better, not feel so down after those treatments. So for her to even even having those things is of high value when you're going through a really hard treatment like that. So, and yeah, ultimately, who knows? We don't know what regeneration will take place, but we know we've seen it. We've seen all kinds of miracles. So it's certainly possible. We know it's not going to hurt them. It's only going to help them with that whole process. So
Could
definitely,
I speak to that,
please
Nikki?
do. Yes.
Vicky had been watching some of the testimonials on YouTube and heard a gentleman talk about he got off dialysis and he had been on it so many years longer than she had. And so our hope is, well, if he's off dialysis, that means his kidneys are working.
Absolutely. Yes, that's
So
what I
that's
mean.
our hope too, is that one day we're going to see that also.
Praise the Lord. We are praying
Yes,
that in.
always.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I love that so much. Yes. Well, thank you all so much for joining us tonight, Kathy. We so appreciate you coming on and sharing you and Vicky's stories. We're just praying for her to get well and healthy soon, and just so thankful that she was willing to try this technology and that it's benefiting her, and that Margie was just willing to share, right? We have this amazing job out there to share, because everyone, we don't know what it will do for them, but we know that it's going to bless them. And so we can trust that the technology does what it says it's going to do. And so thank you for sharing, Margie. Thank you so much for all of you being on this call tonight. Please get back to the person who invited you to the call tonight. Tell them that you want more information. Tell them that you're ready to get started. So get started on the X39 now, and just be a part of our stories. Come join us with all of our amazing stories of what the technology has done for us. So with that, we pray blessing over each and every one of you. Good night, everyone.
Can I ask a question really fast?
Oh, yeah,
Sorry.
absolutely. Come on, Lindy.
What do you say to somebody who says that like they've been on it for 3 months and they didn't feel a difference, so they stopped and they don't think they work? Because I know sometimes, especially with X39, like there's certain ones like Eon that I feel work right away, or glutathione will give me a headache, so I kind of know it's working. But
Mhm.
for someone who said, "Oh, I tried X39, I stopped taking them after 3 months," what do you tell someone? Like, how do you, like, I believe in them, but I don't know. Like, what do you tell someone that says, "Oh, I didn't
Yeah.
feel a difference"?
Yeah, absolutely. So I can just tell you from personal experience, what I have done is I have actually looked for healthcare practitioners in my area that I can work with and connect with, that have some type of testing, so that I am able to go and send those people and say, I absolutely know that this technology works, even though that you're not feeling it. And so I want you to go and, go and have a test run with them so they can show you what's happening without the patches on. And then once you place the patches on, because the patches start working as soon as you place them on the body or even in your pocket. And so
Oh,
those kinds of testing will show immediately that it's happening. So usually for someone as well, I will also, like, if you don't have access to something like that, I will say, you're only 3 months away from 6 months, make it to 6 months, and then go have your blood panel run again. Go have your eyes test again. Go have your dental work done again. There is going to be something in those results showing you that there is absolutely change. The other thing I always tell them about my husband, because 2 years, we've been on this for over 2 years now. He feels nothing, he notices nothing, but we have the test results. So we have his high blood pressure completely normalized. So again, he doesn't feel that, but we can go and take his blood pressure and we know that it's better. He was able to detox heavy metals because of the patches. And so we had testing for that. So I always encourage people to get testing, but if you can find someone who runs a Menla scan is great. A Zytoscan does it as well. There's a couple others that I've even heard of that their names aren't coming to me right now, but even just taking your patches in with you, find somebody, say, hey, listen, I heard you have some kind of scanning technology that will scan the autonomic nervous system. And I really want to see what it does with this patch technology. So, will you run the scan on me? So hopefully they're not too expensive, and you can go in and even just do that on yourself so that you can get to know that person. And then you would feel comfortable, telling people, I know this technology works. So here's my recommendation. Go see them. They will show you exactly where it's affecting your organs, what's going on with your heart rate variability. Those scans can test all kinds of things like that. So that's what I
Oh,
normally do.
cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you. Yeah, I know that's like the one thing because I mean, even I went to Orange Theory, like a workout class yesterday, and my knee was hurting me after it because it's like a lot of running and stuff. I put an X39 patch right on my knee. The pain in my knee went right away. So like I know they work, but when someone says
Absolutely.
that to me, I'm like, I don't really know how to explain to them to just keep going and stuff. So,
Yes.
and which
Yeah.
one detoxed heavy metals from your husband?
Glutathione.
Glutathione or okay,
Mhm.
yeah, that's what I thought.
Yes.
I get a really
Yeah.
bad headache if I have a lot of toxins and I take glutathione, which I don't like the headache, but it tells me I'm like, oh, these really work. So
Exactly.
yeah.
Yes. And you know you need to detox and you know your body wants to detox, that there's stuff in there that it wants to get rid of. And now it
Yeah.
has access to what it needs to get rid of. So even just going slower so that you can detox whatever your body's telling you it wants to come out. Even just wearing that glutathione patch a couple hours a day, even just using the same patch over and over for a
You
12
can use
hour,
the same one over and over.
Yeah, so yeah, you can build up to where like if you use it 2 hours a day, well then that would be 6 days for one patch. So just tape it on with
Oh,
KT tape or paper tape or whatever. So yeah,
oh,
for
I never
sure.
thought of that.
Yeah, you just go slower.
I never thought of using the same one over. Okay, because they're pricey, so that's cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, because they don't start breaking
Great.
down until after that 12-hour mark. So as
12
long as they're not
hours.
in a bunch of heat, high heat, then you should be good to continue to use it for those 6 days. So, and you can just, titrate up. So go to 3 hours or 4 hours or whatever you want to jump until you're like, oh my
Oh.
goodness, I don't have a headache anymore.
Yeah,
Like
no
it's
wonder
gone.
I got a migraine. I probably wore it for 12 hours and didn't know that.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. So it's just a great way to do it slower for sure.
Okay, sorry, one more question. I heard someone tell me they go, "Hey, my neighbor wears those patches that you sell, and she told me to drink a lot of water." And I never heard that. Is that true? Like you're supposed to make sure you drink a ton of water when you wear them?
Yes,
Have you ever heard
absolutely.
that? Oh, okay.
Yes. So you want to drink at least half your body weight in ounces for any type of normal health thing. But if you sweat, if you work out, if you sit in a sauna, if you wear this technology, you want to try to get more, even more high quality water in, because yeah, it's your body is just using a lot of hydration to do any of those things. So for sure, yeah.
That's
And
good
we
to know for me to tell people. Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's super important. Half your body weight in ounces is minimum because most people, even if they are, most people over 60 are chronically dehydrated, but even people younger than 60, there's so many that are chronically dehydrated because they drink so much coffee and
Yeah.
coffee, it sucks your minerals. Like it
Uh-huh.
just uses up your minerals. So your body really doesn't have the electrolytes that it needs, the minerals it needs for the electrical conductivity to happen between your cells. So,
Okay, this
yeah.
was awesome. I'm glad I jumped on. Thanks, Edgar.
Yes,
He's always
absolutely.
like, Lindy, get on the call. And I'm like, I don't know. So I'm so glad I did. Thank you.
Yes, absolutely. And Ed did mention a few more. BioWell is another great scanner if you can find somebody who has that, or the
Oh, is that in the
quantum.
chat? Okay, let me
Yeah,
see.
or the quantum resonance analyzer. That's another good one that I've heard about. So those are some great if you can find a
Great.
practitioner or someone who has one of those to be able
Okay.
to send them to be scanned so they can see immediate results with the patches, even if they're not feeling it. Yes.
Awesome.
Hey,
Thank you so much.
Yes,
hey,
absolutely.
Nikki.
Yes, ma'am.
Hey, Nikki, a big shout out to Cecilia. She's on the call, our brand
Yes.
partner.
Yes. Awesome.
Cecilia,
Nice to
woo-hoo!
have you on, Cecilia. We're so glad you're
She's
here.
my
Yes.
girl there. That's my girl.
Yes, absolutely. Well, thank you all again so much for joining us. Fabulous questions tonight. Thank you again, Kathy, for coming on and sharing you and Vicky's stories. And once again, we pray blessing over each and every one of you. Good night, everyone.
Night,
Good night. God
everyone.
bless.
Awesome.
God
Thank
bless.
you.
Good night. Good job,
Thank